Hello there and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're going to be breaking down some changes that came to Thrawn's Revenge yesterday and an update for Skirmish. So this isn't the 3.0 full update, but Lone Ranger has gone through and made some pretty significant changes to the Skirmish mode, which you can use in single-player Skirmish as well as multiplayer Skirmish matches. We are still working on 3.0 and we're about to be in testing for that, but we figured that this was something where we could easily apply a lot of the changes back to the existing 2.3.6 version and give you guys something to play with while you are waiting for the new build, especially since we did a lot that messed up Skirmish in 2.3.6. So we're just going to quickly take a look at some of those things here. There's a lot that went into the unit balance, or the unit costs, the income rates, the unit availability for different factions, and even stuff like where certain units get built, whether they're on the tactical queue or the unit queue here, or rather the upgrade queue or the unit queue here. So all the factions have had some changes here, though the most work went into the New Republic and Empire. They're kind of meant as the basic standard, and then with 3.0, more of the factions have received work, and all this is going to get fleshed out more as we go. But now there should be a lot more balance between the factions here. A lot of multiplayer matches ended up having to be mirror matches because it was just such a divergence between what factions were able to do. I'm just playing against an easy AI here. I'm not really looking to do too much, just kind of want to show how this kind of works. We're not going to do a full game, but one of the biggest changes is how your mines work, which is why we're building this one here and focusing so much on it. But there are now 5 levels of income upgrades. So instead of just going 1 and then 2 and then you're done with them, you're able to get 5 whole upgrades, and they are gated by tech levels. So if you want to get the level 5 upgrade, you need to be at level 5 tech. So in a normal match, I would have just screwed myself over by waiting at my back mine there, but they're also shielded. So there is a bit less vulnerability to early rushes onto mines or blowing them up. If you just send one single weak ship in, there needs to be a little bit more of an assault in order to take down a mine. One of the most prominent strategies tended to be just dropping a single corvette or the lightest frigate you have on an enemy mine, and you would generally win the battle and or generally take out the mine even if you lost the frigate, and then it just kind of put the game in a stalemate. So now there's a bit more time to react to what's happening on the map, a bit more time to establish yourself if you're able to hold off in the initial building of the mine, and all of that should help make the games feel a little bit better, especially when being played between 1 or 2 good players. One of the other things is that it was really easy to lose the initial mine rush and then just be entirely out of the game. So a bit of the income has been moved from the mines to the station. So you should be able to get at least a couple units if you are behind on mines. You still definitely want to be ahead on the mine game, but the game shouldn't slow to a complete crawl or just be decided in the first few seconds quite as much anymore. There's always going to be a bit of that in Empire at War, but we're doing what we can to make there be different reasons to go for different areas rather than just getting that initial mine rush and then you kind of win. So that'll be something that we flesh out a little bit more in future versions. But yeah, so we've done our best to make sure that whatever changes we could easily port without breaking saves, crucially, for ongoing Galactic Conquest maps or Galactic Conquest games wouldn't be an issue. So everything should still work from before. But there were a lot of changes that were able to be made easily enough and without interrupting anything else that we figured it was worth Ranger going back and doing the work to backport what he's been working on for 3.0 in some form to 2.3.6. So you can kind of see here we have Crusaders, which build on this on what is usually the upgrade queue. So you can get some basic anti-fighter on that while you're building or while you're teching up. One of the things that this does is makes it so that even though you are cutting off your unit production by teching up, you're not cutting yourself off entirely. Like, you're still able to play a somewhat defensive game by building fighters, bombers, and anti-fighter, which before would have been relatively impossible. You kind of have to be in a huge advantage, then you tech up later. So a lot of the times, there wasn't quite the opportunity to tech up to medium, let alone higher tech levels. The game still is kind of going to revolve around medium tech levels, and early game is still very important, but it should smooth out the progression a fair bit. But overall, you should find the skirmish experience quite a bit more balanced, and losing some of the rough edges that it had before. We haven't been able to make too many big AI changes for this version. There will be a few more coming with 3.0, because that's the kind of thing that would mess with Galactic Conquest saves, which again we don't want to do until full version changes. So that'll be something more to look forward to with the full 3.0. There were a few things done that we were able to get done without messing up the Galactic Conquest saves, but that will be more of a focus for the next versions. But yeah, so hope you guys are enjoying 2.3.6 and hope you're looking forward to getting some more skirmish matches in. If you subscribe here on the channel, I'm going to be doing some more community and patron matches coming up. And then especially into 3.0, we'll be doing a lot of those. We're going to do some in Fall of the Republic and some on Thrawn's Revenge. A lot of these changes were already released for Fall of the Republic a couple months back, so it's the same kind of idea there. But yeah, so thanks for watching. There's going to be one more thing released for you guys this week. But we are still working on 3.0 and 1.0 of Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic as the next big major thing is to come out. So keep an eye open for that, and hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.